Hi, in this video I will talk about the Jonah Surah. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Alif Ram Ra. These letters are the proofs of this book of wisdom. Is it too much of a wonder for the people that we inspired a man like them? He was inspired to say, "You shall warn the people, and give good news to those who believe that they have attained a position of prominence at their Lord." The disbelievers said, "This is a clever magician." So in Quran, we see that the magic is commonly used for something that you do with your to impress people, show off people, show some trickery, and eventually they buy it, and they believe in this. So that is called magic. Your only Lord is God, the one who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then assumed all authority. He controls all matters. There is no intercessor except in accordance with his will. Such is God your Lord. You shall worship him. Will you not take heed? To him is your ultimate return, all of you. This is God's truthful promise. He initiates the creation, then repeats it in order to reward those who believe and lead a righteous life equitably. As for those who disbelieve, they incur hellish drinks and a painful retribution for their disbelieving. He is the one who rendered the sun radiant and the moon a light, and he designed its paces too. You may learn to count years and to calculate. God didn't create all this except for a specific purpose. He explains the revelations for people who know. So that we know that the specific purpose means it has something to do in physics and it allows humans to be alive. It's like telling about the sensitive, the world and how it is perfect and perfectly designed. And if there's no specific purpose mentioned, and then we wouldn't believe this, because and at that time they don't know about it that much. They're maybe discussing, but I'm sure that there are some people claim that there's no specific purpose, and creating something is easy, but in fact it is not easy. And we see in life, we see that a lot of people having some health problems, and so it allows us to see the difference between healthy and not healthy. And if something is healthy, it also requires a specific design, and feeling not pain and being happy, it requires a specific design. Surely in the alternation of night and day and what God created in the heavens and earth, there are proofs for people who are righteous. Those who are not expecting to meet us and preoccupied with this worldly life and are content with it and refuse to heed our proofs. So expecting to meet us, and if they don't expect to meet God, and then it means they are only thinking about the world and focusing on it, and they care about the worldly profit, and they don't care ethical rules, ethical things. These have incurred hell as their ultimate abode as a consequence of their works. As well as for those who believe and lead a righteous life, their Lord guides them. By virtue of their belief, rivers will flow beneath them in the gardens of bliss. Their prayer therein is, "Be you glorified, our God." Their greeting therein is peace, and their ultimate prayer is, "Praise be to God, Lord of the universe." If God hastened the retribution incurred by the people, the way they demand provisions, they would have been annihilated long ago. However, we leave those who do not believe in meeting us in their transgressions, blundering. When adversity touches the human being, he implores us while lying down, or sitting, or standing up. But as soon as we relieve his adversity, he goes on as if he never implored us to relieve any hardship. The work of the transgressors are thus adorned in their eyes. Many a generation we have annihilated before you when they transgressed. Their messengers went to them with clear proofs, but they refused to believe. We thus requite the guilty people. Then we made you inheritors of the earth after them, to see how you will do. When our revelations are recited to them, those who do not expect to meet us say, "Bring a Quran other than this, or change it." Say, "I cannot possibly change it on my own. I simply follow what is revealed to me. I fear if I disobey my Lord, the retribution of an awesome day." So this verse is very important. So it shows that the Prophet cannot have rule, and this is the God's word, and it is different than the Prophet's word. And the prophets cannot make this book, and it is up to this is about God. Say, had God willed, I wouldn't have recited it to you, nor would you have known anything about it. I have lived among you a whole life before this. Do you not understand? So a sane and truthful person is and they don't see, and it shows also that he is not actually unusual person, or like unusual studying, unusual doing things and working on it, working on philosophy or something. Who is more evil than those who fabricate lies about God or rejects his revelations? Certainly transgressors never succeed. They worship beside God idols that possess no power to harm them or benefit them, and they say these are our intercessors at God. Say, are you informing God of something he doesn't know in the heavens or the earth? Be he glorified, he is the Most High, far above needing partners. So they're creating like assistant gods. I mean, the gods like prophets, and the verse says that there's no such thing, and it actually makes them think that the God is not strict. Like, if you believe a human is like a god, it means you're underestimating God, and thus you will not be afraid of God. And it's like a human, and so it is a sort of it is not good, and it is a lie, and it will reduce the likelihood of you will change your behavior, because it's just a human at the end. The people used to be one congregation, then they disputed. If it weren't for a predetermined word from your Lord, they would have been judged immediately regarding their disputes. They say, how come no miracle came down to him from his Lord? Say, the future belongs to God, so wait, and I'm waiting along with you. So it was said the miracle of the Quran to be unveiled after Muhammad, and this is very beautiful. This is indeed very beautiful, because the Quran itself is a miracle, and in the previous verses we see that they reject the book. And he says, it's not my book, I'm not writing it, and I don't know about it. And he's trying to prove that, like, and with God's words, like, I don't say those words, I'm a normal person like you guys, and suddenly having these words. And they say it's very interesting. And also in the beginning of this verse, we see that these letters are the proofs of this book of wisdom. So later, we found the patterns related to these letters, and it's like a miracle itself. It's referring that, and the future belongs to God. So wait, I'm waiting along with you. So in the future, the miracle will be revealed, and it makes it so beautiful. This verse is meaningful in the future, and so we know that many Quranic miracles, Quranic knowledge was confirmed, we are still finding many different things, and reading only this old scripture, it's not likely, and there's no other book like that. Like, people are discussing about some romance books, Shakespeare or something, but they don't claim that Shakespeare is a prophet. And they don't claim he did something in the future. He's referring this only in this book. And in this book, it makes you feel it is so deep, and it's captivates you. And it is not a magic, it's telling the truth at the same time. It's not only being and only promising too much, and there are other things promising too much too. And but in Quran we see the truth is coming systematically, and not a magic. It's not only trickery, it's the truth. When we bestow mercy upon the people, adversity had afflicted them. They immediately scheme against our revelations. Say, God's scheming is far more effective, for our messengers are recording everything you scheme. He is the one who moves you across the land and sea. You get onto the ships, they sail smoothly in nice breeze. Then while rejoicing therein, violent wind blows and the waves surround them from every side. This is when they implore God, sincerely devoting their prayers to Him alone. If you only save us this time, we will be eternally appreciative. But as soon as He saves them into transgresses on earth and oppose the truth, O people, your transgression is only to detriment your own souls. You remain preoccupied with this worldly life. Then to us is your ultimate return. Then we inform you of everything you had done. The analogy of this worldly life is like this. We send down water from the sky to produce with it all kinds of plants from the earth and to provide food for the people and the animals. Then just as the earth is perfectly adorned and its people think that they are in the control thereof, our judgment comes by night, by day, leaving it completely barren, as if nothing existed in a previous day. We thus explain the revelations for people will reflect. So I think we know this story, and it's referring to other surah. It's like in the other surah we can see this. I don't remember which surah, and we thus explain the revelation. So in the other verses, it will be explained further. God invites to the abode of the peace and guides whomever He wills in a straight path. For the righteous, the reward will be multiplied manifold. Their faces will never experience any deprivation or shame. These are the dwellers of paradise; they abide therein forever. It is mentioning heaven. As for those who earn sin, and it is interesting that the face was used in this verse. The face is somehow face impressions are somehow coded in the brain too, and this is a universally important verse. Their faces will never experience. So, and from someone from the U.S. will understand it. Turkey and Saudi Arabia, China, they will understand what does it mean, and it means they will never experience, they will never show something like that, and so that's indeed very beautiful expression. And so that's all I want to say in this video, and thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you in the next video.